The haunted house. The town of Sadona had always been a peaceful and quiet place, lying along a beautiful and quiet neighborhood, just before one would descend into the Masolobo forest. However, there was one house on the outskirts of town that had a mysterious and dark reputation. It was known as the haunted house, a place where strange and unexplainable things happened and were still happening. Rumors spread like wildfire about the house being cursed, haunted by the spirit of those who had died within its walls. These kinds of stories will push little children to the edges of their seats, and even adults will cower and tremble even if they had only imagined the graphics. The haunted house stood atop a hill, its once grand facade now withered and worn, its windows boarded up, and its gardens overgrown with tangled weeds. No one knew who had lived there or what happened to them. It was rumored that a white colonist stayed there with his family. It was also rumored that the colonist was such a wicked soul and lived all by himself while superintending on behalf of his masters back in his home country. Other rumors that made round is that it was a grand palace of a former king of the kingdom who had no children and lived cruelly, even killing his wife before he died alone, and could not be buried because his act was an abomination to the land. One chose to believe any of the version of the story or altogether ignore the entire story. But tales of disappearance and strange occurrences were enough to keep the locals far away. Nobody would knowingly walk into a situation like that. One night during the rainy season, a group of friends who were known for stubbornness decided to delve into and explore the house. They were young and foolish, eager to prove their bravery to each other, an unnecessary quest. As they approached the house, a sense of unease washed over them, but they brushed it off as nerves. On their approach, the front door creaked open, ominously by itself, as if inviting them inside. The air was stale and misty, and cobwebs hung from the ceiling level of the walls like drapes. The friends crept through the dusty rooms, their footsteps echoing in the stingy silence. As they ventured further into the house, they felt a growing sense of dread. Suddenly, a door slammed shut behind them, trapping them inside. Panic set in as they realized that they were not alone. They already have heard the haunted house had invisible occupants, a menacing thought to any normal human. Well, as time passed by, shadows danced on the walls, whispers echoed through the halls, and a chill wind swept through the corridors. The friends tried to find their way out, but the schematic layout of the house seemed to shift and change, leading them in endless circles. One by one, they began to disappear. Ken vanished without a trace, leaving only a trail of blood behind. Osomo was found lifeless in the next room, his eyes wide with terror. And then there were two, Jumoke and Kante, struggling to survive in a house that seemed to be alive with malevolence. Jumoke clung to Kante, his eyes wide with fear. They knew they had to find a way out before it was too late, but the house had other plans for them. Doors slammed shut, windows shattered, and the very walls seemed to pulse with a sinister energy. Kante and Jumoke found themselves in a narrow hallway lined with pieces of artifacts of different types that they did not recognize. The patterns and designs on the materials in the house seemed to snare at them, their eyes following their every move. They hurried down the corridor, their hearts pounding in their chests. As they approached the end of the hallway, they found themselves in a grand and impressive room, its once elegant mosaic now dim and flickering. A cold mist swirled around them, and the sound of music filled the air. Kante and Jumoke froze, their breathing catching in their throats. Suddenly, the figures of a man and a woman appeared before them, their faces twisted in agony. They glided towards Kante and Jumoke, their outstretched hands reaching for them. Kante and Jumoke screamed, trying to back away, but the figures were relentless. With a powerful surge launched at Kante and Jumoke, enveloping them in a suffocating embrace. The room spun around them, colors blending into a blur of darkness, and then there was nothing but silence, a deafening silence. The next morning, the townspeople awoke to find the haunted house deserted once more. Unsurprisingly, the group of friends were seen again, their fate a mystery that would haunt Sadona for years to come. Some whispered that the house had claimed their souls, that it hungered for more victims to satisfy its insatiable thirst for blood. And so, the legend of the haunted house lived on, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked within its walls. To this day, no one dares to venture near the house, for fear of awakening the vengeful spirit that dwelt within it. Sadona remained a town shrouded in shadows, its secret buried deep in the heart of the Masolobos forest, where the dead whispered and the living dared not tread. Learning point for our viewer is, ignorance is never a pathway to take. What you do not know is dangerous and can kill you. Most definitely, if you escape death, it will incapacitate you. So my friend, never be foolhardy. Always weigh your options from sufficient knowledge, not from assumption, and especially not from stubbornness in the guise of courage. Thank you so much for watching our video. Please like and share to your family and friends, and also subscribe and turn on your notifications.